The Green Bay Packers are now under the salary cap for this year, and they got there without restructuring the contract of Aaron Rodgers. He carries an NFL-high $37.5 million cap charge for 2021, at least for now. They could have done that. They could have extended him. There are a lot of different ways they could have gone about this, and they didn't. And Dan Graziano, you sent an excellent note to the show staff last night about why that is so important.
Well, because we were talking this time last year, Greeny, about what the plan is in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers after they drafted Jordan Love, right? So the idea was to go year to year, and we pinpointed after the 2021 season as the most likely opportunity for the Packers to move on if they wanted to trade Aaron Rodgers and go to Jordan Love. The lack of a restructure keeps that alive, right? So they're still signaling by not doing it, even though they restructured a whole bunch of other guys and they needed to get under the cap, they're still signaling a likely intention to kind of go year to year with Aaron Rodgers at this point and see how it goes for him and for Jordan Love. So, they could restructure at any point. He's got a $6.8 million roster bonus due tomorrow. So after that, the restructure will save them about $5 million less than it otherwise could have. Could still happen if they need to. But as long as they don't, then there's no change in the flexibility of that contract from what we were talking about last April and May, and it's entirely possible that they move on after this year, depending on how it goes.
I want to make sure it's clear to everyone what we mean by that. When you restructure a deal, you push some of the money off into future years. You extend it and you push it down the line. You could do that easily if both the team and the player decide that's what they want. They want to cement that relationship going forward. By choosing not to, one would assume either the team or the player is unwilling to do it. Mike Tannenbaum is one who has sat in that general manager's seat. How do you read it?
I read it sort of like the opposite of what Dan was saying. I think this is the Tom Brady effect, which is if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I have this year and 2 more. I saw Tom play out his contract, and in his early 40s, which is exactly where Aaron Rodgers will be when this contract expires, he left and won a Super Bowl. And if I'm Rodgers, I could run the same play. I'll go where I want. Maybe it's back to California. My fiance is in Hollywood. Maybe it's LA. Maybe it's San Francisco. And I'll help build a roster, and maybe I'll be more appreciated. So I think this is the Tom Brady effect. We're going to see it with Aaron Rodgers possibly. We could possibly see it with Russell Wilson. And the fact that they didn't do anything with his contract, I think, is significant.
Yeah, and so that's not really the opposite. You're taking it from the player's side, but either way, the sum total of it is similar, which is it could be one more season and done for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Marcus, what do you think?
Graz, you could have told me a year ago that I jumped the gun too early on Aaron Rodgers being out of Green Bay. You could have told me it's going to happen after this year, man. Like, I'm listening to you. Like, I agree. I'm
you don't
more
listen
in the
to me.
vein. I'm more in the vein. I'm sorry, Grass. Like, I was saying Aaron Rodgers is going to be out of Green Bay, and you didn't reinforce it to America. I need you to reinforce these things. You got all the damn information, okay? Listen, this is what I think, though, based on what you said, Graz, and I'm more in the lane with Dan Graziano. We got to think about Tom Brady's situation in New England. They did not have a backup quarterback that they were confident in. And I'm not sure if Green Bay, from a football perspective, is confident in Jordan Love. But they do have a guy that they drafted in the first round sitting there waiting to play. So that may force Aaron Rodgers a bit earlier than we saw Tom Brady leave New England. New England was holding on as long as they could to figure that thing out. But when you got a young guy that you drafted, that you've now had a year to look at and see if his development is on track with where you want him to go, and then you start making those decisions about Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers understands that as well. So I could see it definitely being after this season, him being out. But I damn sure wish Graz would have told me last year when I was screaming Aaron Rodgers going to win out.
I did tell you last year.
Here's the thing. Let's just deal in what we know. We don't know if it was Rodgers' decision not to do it. We don't know if it was the team's decision not to do it. What we know is it didn't get done. And that means it leaves the door very much open for, after next season, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to go their separate ways. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.